WHO has been assessing this outbreak around the clock, and we're deeply concerned both by the alarming levels of spread and severity and by the alarming levels of inaction. We have therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic. In the past 2 weeks, the number of cases of COVID-19 outside China has increased 13-fold, and the number of affected countries has tripled. There are now more than 118,000 cases in 114 countries, and 4,291 people have lost their lives. Thousands more are fighting for their lives in hospitals. In the days and weeks ahead, we expect to see the number of cases, the number of deaths, and the number of affected countries climb even higher. WHO has been assessing this outbreak around the clock, and we're deeply concerned both by the alarming levels of spread and severity and by the alarming levels of inaction. We have therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic. Pandemic is not a word to use lightly or carelessly. It's a word that, if misused, can cause unreasonable fear or unjustified acceptance that the fight is over, leading to unnecessary suffering and death. Describing the situation as a pandemic does not change WHO's assessment of the threat posed by the virus. It doesn't change what WHO is doing, and it doesn't change what countries should do. We have never before seen a pandemic sparked by a coronavirus. This is the first pandemic caused by a coronavirus. And we have never before seen a pandemic that can be controlled at the same time. WHO has been assessing this outbreak around the clock, and we're deeply concerned both by the alarming levels of spread and severity and by the alarming levels of inaction.
After consulting with our top government health professionals, I have decided to take several strong but necessary actions to protect the health and well-being of all Americans. To keep new cases from entering our shores, we will be suspending all travel from Europe to the United States for the next 30 days. The new rules will go into effect Friday at midnight. These restrictions will be adjusted subject to conditions on the ground. There will be exemptions for Americans who have undergone appropriate screenings, and these prohibitions will not only apply to the tremendous amount of trade and cargo, but various other things as we get approval. Anything coming from Europe to the United States is what we are discussing. These restrictions will also not apply to the United Kingdom. At the same time, we are monitoring the situation in China and South Korea, and as their situation improves, we will reevaluate the restrictions and warnings that are currently in place for a possible early opening. Earlier this week, I met with the leaders of health insurance industry who have agreed to waive all co-payments for coronavirus treatments, extend insurance coverage to these treatments, and to prevent surprise medical billing. We are cutting massive amounts of red tape to make antiviral therapies available in record time. These treatments will significantly reduce the impact and reach of the virus. Additionally, last week I signed into law an $8.3 billion funding bill to help CDC and other government agencies fight the virus and support vaccines, treatments, and distribution of medical supplies. Testing capabilities are expanding rapidly day by day. We are moving very quickly. The vast majority of Americans, the risk is very, very low. Young and healthy people can expect to recover fully and quickly if they should get the virus. The highest risk is for elderly population with underlying health conditions. The elderly population must be very, very careful. In particular, we are strongly advising that nursing homes for the elderly suspend all medically unnecessary visits. In general, older Americans should also avoid non-essential travel in crowded areas. My administration is coordinating directly with communities with largest outbreaks, and we have issued guidance on school closures, social distancing, and reducing large gatherings. Smart action today will prevent the spread of the virus tomorrow. After consulting with our top...
Questo è il momento di compiere un passo in più. Quello più importante. L'Italia rimarrà sempre una zona unica, l'Italia protetta, ma ora disponiamo anche la chiusura di tutte le attività commerciali, di vendita al dettaglio, ad eccezione dei negozi di generi alimentari, di prima necessità, delle farmacie e delle parafarmacie. Nessuna corsa, attenzione, non è necessario fare nessuna corsa quindi per acquistare cibo nei supermercati. Ora questo è il momento di compiere un passo in più, quello più importante. L'Italia rimarrà sempre una zona unica, l'Italia protetta, ma ora disponiamo anche la chiusura di tutte le attività commerciali, di vendita al dettaglio, ad eccezione dei negozi di generi alimentari, di prima necessità, delle farmacie e delle parafarmacie. Nessuna corsa, attenzione, non è necessario fare nessuna corsa quindi per acquistare cibo nei supermercati.
上午10时左右，在杨梅区中山北路一段，由吴姓民众驾驶自小客车 沿中山北路一段内侧车道往杨梅交流道方向行驶，由后方超越前方同行向之军车，由内侧车道变换至外侧车道行驶，双方发生碰撞，双方驾驶人9侧指均为0，初步查证自小客车未注意车前状况所导致擦撞事故，后续肇事责任待理清中。上午10时左右，在杨梅区中山北路一段，由吴姓民众驾驶自小客车，沿中山北路一段内侧车道往杨梅交流道方向行驶，由后方超越前方同行向之军车，由内侧车道变换至外侧车道行驶，双方发生。